nearlydanish.com.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So this is mock test 9. Let's see how you guys do. All right, so Munira, I have one question for you. Did you watch the video on how to join? Because, okay, watch it again. Okay, because if you watched it again, you'll understand how to get in and play. But anyways, we're going to carry on. And if you can't play along, just watch, okay? All right, so this is about the 30-year war. This is during the times of Christian IV. And he got Denmark involved in the war. 1 second, I need to disable annotation for people. All right. He got Denmark involved in the war, but after a while, he uninvolved Denmark because things were not going so well. And he actually set Denmark back a lot at the time. I can't remember all the details about this. This question has never actually shown up in the test before. It's a brand new question, question number 1. This mock test is going to stretch you guys a bit as usual, but let's see how you do. All right, we have Adi Claudio at number 1. All right. Like I said, this is going to stress you guys a bit. It's going to, sorry, not stress, stretch you guys a bit. A lot of new questions today. Almost exactly half of you got this wrong. Sorry, guys. So this is from this is Christian III. He was king during the time of Martin Luther. All right, next one. I think this question has actually shown up in a test before. Majority of you got this right.
Great job.
All right, there's not much to say here. Clarensborg Slot is one of the castles that the Queen chills at when she's not in Copenhagen. All right. Maya has the highest answer streak of 3. And by the way, I can see Maya is actually number 1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. For the first timers, okay, let me just explain for the first timers. So for the first timers, you don't have a profile on the website yet. But after today's session, you will have a profile on the website, okay? All you have to do is go to nearlydanish.com. Scroll down here. You see this place that says Kahoot players. You click on that. And it takes you to the leaderboard. Hopefully it actually works, but let's see. All right. So you look for your name here. You're going to be a first timer, so you're not going to be in the gold league. There's leagues. There's gold, silver, bronze league. You're probably going to be at the bottom of the bronze league. How do you find your name? It says, find your name below and click on it to see your progress. So Control F if you're on the Windows, and then you search for your name. I'm searching for Bogdan, and I click on it. And this will give you your profile. Okay. And on your profile, it shows your progress with preparation, shows the work that you need to do. So these are all the chapters in the book. Most frequently asked questions, Danish values, current affairs, mock tests, previous tests for INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN and Melbourne skips porn. And if you're here for the first time, I highly recommend that you do the 14-day challenge. Okay? You click on that and you challenge yourself for the next 14 days to finish the book. Okay? Now, if you actually follow this plan, in 14 days, you would have done all the quizzes in the book. Of course, and also I need to explain how the quizzes work. Excuse me. For this to get to 100%, you have to do this quiz 7 times. Okay? And the reason why you do that is the way your brain works is the more you repeat things to it, the more it retains those things. So the purpose of this is for you to keep repeating up until it sticks. And if you do this for 14 days, you would have covered the book, the material in the book, so the information in the book 7 times over. So it's actually equivalent to reading the book 7 times, only better, because you actually remember what's in there. Okay? Yeah, that's it. We'll get back to the game. All right. Maya is the highest has the highest answer streak of 3. Maya is on fire, and also Maya is #1 at the moment. She overtook Kirby9 today.
Excellent.
All right, next one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, this mock test is going to be stretching you a bit today. There's been 3 brand new questions so far. And if you haven't been practicing, you're not going to know the answers. But you guys actually did well in this. Round of applause. I can't remember what chapter this is from, actually. Can anyone remind me? Anyone? Anyways, moving on. All right, we have, okay, that's chapter 5. Thanks. We have Adi Claudio, DI, Bold, Meerkat, 72, Dangol, and Duke. All these are familiar names. 17 players have reached an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Okay. It looks like it's from chapter 6. But anyways, now you know what you don't know. You know the answer to this. Everybody, this is a frequently asked question. So let's see how you guys do on this. All right. So the monarch in Denmark, so the king or the queen, in this case, it's the king, is not included in religious freedom in Denmark. So everybody else in Denmark has religious freedom except the monarch, because the monarch has to be the head of the church. All right, 18 people got this wrong. This is a question that you must know the answer to. Whenever I say frequently asked question, what I mean is you must know the answer to this question or to any of the questions I mentioned under frequently asked. And there's a quiz for the first timers. There's a quiz you can find under chapters that covers all the frequently asked questions. And there's about 200 of them. And you will see how frequently the questions have actually shown up. So when did women get the right to vote in Denmark is the most frequently asked question. It's appeared 12 times so far. All right. Hope you're, for the newcomers, hope you're catching the drift. Okay, so at the moment we have Adi Claudio, DI, Bold, Meerkat, Dangle, and Duke. It's a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Vindus just hit an answer streak of 5.
Oh my! He's on fire!
All right, next one. Yeah, Steenson. They're talking about Neil Steenson. So the first and last name are mentioned. All right, next one. This question has also shown up in a previous test. I think this one showed up in 2019. So when I took the test, this was one of the questions. All right. Melum, yes. So 3 to 4 years. Let me see. How many people got this wrong? 57. For those of you that got this wrong, this will show up on your profile and you can fix it.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. All right, Dangol fell out. Duke moved up and Civi is now in the top 5. 23 players just hit an answer streak of 4.
Excellent.
Next one. Frequently asked question as well. All right. So only 27 people got this wrong. So this is connected with the Napoleon Wars. Denmark sided with France and ended up having to give up Norway because France ended up losing. And this is also connected to Copenhagen bombardment and also the fight with the British and the Danish Navy at just outside Copenhagen harbor. All right. This is frequently asked. Dangol is back and is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, so this is definitely a weak spot for you guys, man. Wow. Okay, this was bad. Sorry, guys. Yes, so there's been 9 referendums since Denmark joined the EU, and a majority of them have been about Denmark's relationship with the EU. The most recent referendum was in 2022, June 2022, and the referendum was about scrapping Denmark's um, the reservations with the defense. And this was triggered because of the Ukraine war. And now, I think in 2015, there was also a referendum where majority of people voted no. Now there's a discussion in Parliament whether or not they should have another referendum yet again. But that's just right now, it's just a discussion. All right. Majority of you got this wrong. The only way you would know the answer to this is if you had been practicing on the website with the quizzes. I highly recommend that you start working hard on those quizzes, okay? We have less than 40 days to go, so please get to work. Okay. Tekil Cook is back in the game 3 in a row. Next one. Yvonne, just use another name, okay? Join with another name. And let me know. And I can fix that later for you. I just showed you guys the answer to this. This is the most frequently asked question. I guess 4 people were not paying attention to what I was saying. But anyways, round of applause to you guys. So if there's any question that you must, in capital letters, must know the answer to is this one. Okay, this is the most frequently asked question It's appeared in 12 tests. So it has the highest probability of showing up on the next test. All right, moving on. BMW 15 is back with an answer streak of 3. Next one. I actually wasn't sure about the answer to this, but apparently the answer is yes. So Denmark is a welfare state. And what does that mean? It means that it supports its citizens when they cannot support themselves. You just have to qualify. Of course, there's a long list of qualifications. So if you do qualify, then you get help. And if you don't qualify, then you don't get help. And there's different kinds of help. I think the lowest, not the lowest, but content help. So someone just typed that, right? And that's the kind of help that you get when everything else fails. All right, moving on to the next one. Dao is from your A casa. Ramya is back in the game, 3 in a row. Next one. Okay, so there seems to be a bit of confusion here. I will explain. About 15.4% of the population come from a different ethnic background than Danish. But anyways, going back to the question about help. This is the reason why you need to read the question slowly. Okay? So make sure you read the question slowly. In that previous question, they were talking about specifically, can you get help from an A casa if you're not a member or something along those lines, if you haven't paid into that A casa? And the answer is no, right? And that's what I was talking about. There's different levels. So if you can't get help from the A casa, which means that you haven't been paying, it's basically unemployment insurance. Okay, if you're not a member of an A casa, you're not paying, you can't get help from that A casa. However, you could get help from other avenues, one being content help. I hope that made sense. Exactly, A casa is not public. All right, moving on to the next one. This is, how many people got this wrong? 48.
Now you know what you don't know.
On to the next one. Okay, Only Teardrops was sang by Emilia de Forest in 2013, and that was one of the years where Denmark won the Eurovision contest. 53 people got this wrong. This is from Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is a source of many new questions, so please pay very close attention to Chapter 5. Someone reached out to me telling me that the quizzes in Chapter 5 are very long, which they are, and they were asking me to break them apart. So if you guys would like for me to break some of those quizzes into part 1 and 2, please let me know in the chat. All right, moving on to the next one. Only one person so far. If it's just one person, then I'm not gonna do it. right, 80 people got this wrong. This is the right to call a new election. And that right sits with the prime minister. Almost half of you got this wrong. This is um like I said, this mock test is hard. I can see a lot of people are not doing so well, but
Now you know what you don't know.
it's better to make the mistakes in these Kahoot sessions than to make them in the test. So go back, practice, come back, test yourself, go back, practice, and go through that iterative process until you get to the test, and the test will be easy for you. Okay? Moving on to the next one. All right. This is also from chapter 5. All right, round of applause. Chapter 5. All right, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
T-Sil is back, is making a comeback with an answer streak of 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. Everybody should know this by now. You've probably seen this before. It was called the Cold War. So after World War II, there was a Cold War between the communist countries and the Western countries. It was basically between America and Russia. 8 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Fix it on your profile when it shows up. Ivana C is making a comeback with 3 in a row. We have 30 questions to go. Also frequently asked question. All right, you guys are doing well in these FAQs. Round of applause. If you're not doing well on the test today, don't feel bad. Just keep going, okay? Don't get discouraged and drop out. Stay in there, hang in there. Figure out what you don't know. All your mistakes will show up on your profile. You can fix them. You keep practicing, and then you come back. All right, moving on to the next one. If you're being logged out, log back in, okay? El Cochiloquito is making a comeback of 3 in a row.
Great job.
Next one. All right, so this is actually when Denmark reunited with Sønderjylland, 15th of June 1920, the specific date. Usually they ask about the year, but in this case, I put the specific date to test who actually is paying attention to these dates. And I can see at least 112 of you are, so a round of applause to you guys. So we have DI Civi, Mrs. JB Inno, Adi Claudio, and Dan Gol. This was a combo breaker. Sorry, guys. All right, so 33 people got this wrong. When the Constitution was created in 1849, the Parliament was created as well. It was called Riksdagen, and it was made up of two chambers. So something similar to what they have in the UK, which is the House of Lords, which is basically the group that has all the rich guys, all the rich landowners, and then the House of Commons, which was in this case is Folketing. So there was Landsting and Folketing. And I can't remember what year that was where Lansing got abolished. I think it was 53. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Can't remember exactly. But it got scrapped at some point. 33 people got this wrong. Yeah, it was 1953. All right, next one. Read the question slowly. All right, 3,694 meters above sea level. Like I said today, there's a lot of new questions. This question has never been asked before. 58 people got this wrong. Surprisingly, more than 100 of you got this right. Round of applause. All right, so we have a static top five, the same people in the top five, no budging.
Static top 5.
We're on question number 20 now. I already gave you guys the answer to this. For the people that were listening, all right. For all the people that keep getting kicked out, just join back with a new name, and you can let me know later on, and I can fix it. Okay, so you can get your points. Don't worry about that. Just join back with a new name. All right. 35 people got this wrong. So, like I said, it was in June 2022 that they had the last referendum about the relationship with the EU. All right. And I'm getting a lot of questions about, is it possible to pass? But anyways, moving on. Let me see if I can actually pull up some receipts for you guys. All right, yes. So the parliamentary system from 1901 was first written into Grundloven in 1953. 1953 was the year where a lot of things happened. Actually, that was the year that Landsting was abolished. Also the year that the constitution was changed to allow females to inherit the throne. And also the same year that the parliamentary principle was written into Grundloven. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys something. So I know a lot of people just started practicing today, and you guys are very skeptical about whether or not you can pass, but believe me, you can. Okay? And just to show you an example, Olivia, this is her, she passed, okay? She got 39 out of 40, and she started 30 days. to the test. I will be posting this in the group. In fact, it is in the group. Just search for her name, okay? And there's many more people. I had to create, I think, an album, and it's called the Hall of Fame. And in here, you see all the people that have passed over the years. These are all their posts. I took screenshots of all of them and posted them in here. So if you need inspiration, please go in here and have a look. Don't worry, just put in the work, okay? That's what you need to worry about, putting in the work. Don't be nervous. Don't feel bad. Don't start, beating yourself up. Oh, why did I leave it too late? La-di-da-di-da. Just put in the work. That's all you need to do. All right, we're moving on. Completely brand new question. All right, so 62 million, 62.7 overnight, 62.7 million overnight stays in Denmark. So Denmark is becoming some sort of tourist attraction. There's a whole new section that was added to the book about Denmark's attractions. And for sure, at least one question is going to be showing up from that. How many people got this wrong? 56. Moving on to the next one. Okay, that's a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Milad is back in the game, 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. This is not current affairs. That is from the book. Okay, so you've heard me say this before. I'll say it again. Sorry, I will be sounding like a broken record, but repetition is the way the brain learns. Okay. Make a list of all the political parties in parliament, their leaders, the year that they were created, and the year that they were voted into parliament. Coincidentally, someone has actually made that list on the group, and I pinned it. So I will be showing you here. This one. So when you go to the group, it's the first post. Click on that and have a look. The second one is the current affairs. Please contribute to that as well. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Yes, so of course, the first time a party will get voted into parliament will be an election year, of course. So that could be a good tip. Yes, so there is no limit to the number of times a person can get voted into parliament. As long as you can keep convincing your constituents to vote for you, you can be a career politician. All right, 16 people got this wrong. Moving on to the next one.
Now you know what you don't know.
Emily is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
We have D.I., Adi Claudio, Civi, Dangle, and Nids. Nids, haven't seen that name before. It's nice to have a new name in the top 5. Round of applause to you. right. You get your voting card via post. 26 people got this wrong. Well, now you know what you don't know. Fix that. It will show up on your profile. Papa is the highest climber, up 8 places.
Great job.
You've got 20 questions to go. This is a frequently asked question. All right, so the context of this is the Great Depression. And during the Great Depression, there was an economic crisis in the whole world. It also affected Denmark. Thorvald Stauning was the prime minister at the time. And he came up with this settlement where I think one of the things for the employees was that they couldn't go on strike. And one of the things for the employers was that they couldn't reduce the wages or something like that. Can't exactly remember everything, but that's a rough idea of what this is about. Please read the book to verify this information. Like I always say, I'm not the holy grail of information. I have been doing this for a while, so lots of this stuff is at the top of my head. But please don't take my word. Always cross-check. All right? Moving on to the next one. All right, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Be right is the highest climber, up 12 places.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, so 59 people got this wrong. Denmark does not have a law for minimum wage. The reason is because the way wages are decided in Denmark is a bit different from everywhere else. For instance, in the UK, there is a law for minimum wage. In Denmark, wages are decided by collective bargaining, where you have the organizations representing the employees and the organizations representing the employers. The biggest organization representing employees is FH. I think it's Fagbevægelsens whole organization. And then DA represents the employers, is called Dansk Arbejdsgivernes Organization. All right, I hope that made sense. 59 people got this wrong. Next time you see this, please get it right. It will show up on your profile. Nobody is budging in this top 5.
Static top 5.
Thompson is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Next one. All right. This is actually quite relevant. And I'll talk about why after you guys are done answering. All right, round of applause. Exactly, Ines took the words right out of my mouth. This year, I think in June, we have an election for the EU Parliament. That might be a question for current affairs. I'm not sure though, but just in case, keep an eye out. Some new parties have been formed. Someone posted in the group under current affairs. But usually what happens is that during an election year, there's questions about the election that just happened. But I've never seen where they were asking about questions for an election that was going to happen. So anyways, just keep an eye out for that. How many people got this wrong? 38, not too bad. Next one. Still static top 5. I know nothing is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. We've talked about this a whole bunch of times. This is a frequently asked question. All right. 2012, the year that homosexuals got the same rights as heterosexuals in terms of marriage. This is an FAQ. 24 people got this wrong. Plug that knowledge gap. It will show up on your profile.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Okay. 20 years of arrows. What is that? Can you find the link and please post it in the group? All right, still static top 5. These guys are not budging, man.
Static top 5.
Next one. Oh, yes. Anyways, let's finish this question and I'll make the announcement. Ines, please, can you Google and find the news and post it on the group, please, yeah? Thanks. All right, what's the question here? Okay, yes. So the question is about a co-op company that still exists. So Co-op and Allah. Although Co-op is actually having some problems at the moment. I'm not sure if they declared bankruptcy or they're close to. But anyways, Allah still exists. And it's one of the co-ops that was formed a long time ago that's still in existence. By the way, we are going to the parliament on Saturday. All the spots have been booked. So if you've booked a ticket, please show up. And if you cannot make it, please cancel so that I can give that spot to somebody else. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next one. Damn, nobody is budging in this top 5, eh? Next one. All right, Michael Strongers is the dude that, wait, is this the guy? Yeah, so he was the guy that inspired Yahya Hassan, I think. He was also a poet. And his book Verdensson was published in 1985. This is from chapter 5 under literature. 46 people got this wrong. 128 got this right. Round of applause to you guys. You know, it's always heartwarming for me to see these numbers, you know, like a lot of people actually doing well. This is not a particularly easy test. I made it difficult on purpose. I will be giving you guys a bit of a break. I know we've had a long string of tough mock tests. I'll make it a bit easier next time. All right, moving on to the next one. No one is budging in this top 5, man. SK is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Yes, so please, if you're gonna cancel, cancel now. And so whoever is listening, there is going to be a free spot. So when Chris Owner cancels, there will be a free spot. So go and book the ticket. It's all, the link is there. All right, moving on to the next one. This is a frequently asked question. All right, almost everybody got this right.
Excellent.
Only 8 people got this wrong. This is a frequently asked question, so you must know the answer to this question. Get it right next time. As a child, you're not allowed to work until you're 13. Next one. Static top 5 still. These guys are the elite players. 6 players just hit an answer streak of 11. All right, so we're getting to the end of the history part of the test. I think this was in the previous Kahoot. No. Wait, anyways. We talked about this in the previous Kahoot on Sunday. All right. You guys are doing really well. Only 28 people got this wrong. Well done. All right, so Dangle has moved up to number 3, leading Civi by just 1 point. So Dangle has 31,231 points, and Civi has 31,230 points. Let's see how long this lead will last. 12 players just hit an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Next one. This is from chapter 5. All right. Definitely a weak spot. Chapter 5 is a source of new questions. A lot of the times, new questions actually come from chapter 5. So please pay close attention to that chapter. For the people that got this right, this is for you. All right, well done. 101 people got this wrong. Sorry, guys. Static top 5 still. Ags is making a comeback with 3 in a row. All right, we're moving to the last history question. Uh-oh. Also chapter 5. All right, so the first one was the idiots. Over 100 of you got this right. Round of applause. And this top 5 has not budged. Dangle has definitely extended his lead.
Static top 5.
Panda is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay. So, current affairs. Yeah, current affairs. Next one. I'll be talking about the theme. No, no, I didn't call you idiots. Come on, man. That's the name of the movie. I hope no one thinks I called him an idiot. No, man. Anyways, what? That's the name of the movie. It's called The Idiots. Anyways, I hope you guys understood that. But anyways, yeah. So the theme of this question is the government. So that's the prime minister and his or her ministers. And this is the minister for digitalization and equality. All right. How many people got this wrong? There is a quiz under current affairs, so I'll just show that to you. Let's see. So on your profile under current affairs, there is a quiz that's dedicated to that. Okay. All right, moving on. Civi fell out completely, and Yenzeman is now in at number 5. 3 players just hit an answer streak of 17.
Great job.
Okay, next one. We talked about this. Right, so there was a bomb scare at Billund Airport on the 20th of April, 2024. This fits in with, so I think it was I can't remember what year it was, a couple years ago, I think, where there was a shooting at Fields. So this is a similar kind of theme. And it could show up, but we'll see. Don't know if it will actually show up, but it's big enough. All right, so majority of you got this right, actually. Well done.
Excellent.
67 people got this wrong. Dangle fell out. Oh, God, this is the one that he got wrong. Nids now in the top 3. Jensemand at 4, and Bold Meerkat broke into the top 5 at number 5. 24 players hit an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
All right, we've got 8 more questions to go. All right, Søren Gell is the leader of the parliament. This fits under, yeah, I put it on the political party then. Actually, no, is it? No, I put it on the political party and the leaders, but it's not a political party, right? So it's the parliament. All right, 63 people got this wrong. Next one. All right, we have a static top 5. We got DI, Adi Claudio, Nids, Yenzeman, and Bull Meerkat. DB is back with an answer streak of 3. Okay, so there's been a discussion about, creating statues for women, Danish women, that had a big impact on Danish culture. And this month, there was a statue that was unveiled at St. Anne Platz of Karen Blixen. And this also fits under famous dead people. I can see majority of you got this wrong. As I always say, now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
Do I think this is going to show up? No. But in case it shows up, now we've seen it before. All right. Bull Meerkat fell out. Duke is now in. 10 players have reached an answer streak of 3. Everybody else holds their spots. In the top 5, we're moving on to the last current affairs question. So the Queen received the First Lady of Ukraine on the 15th of April. This goes under official visits. It's not, I mean, she's not a head of state, but she's the First Lady, right? So it's official enough. Do I think it's going to show up? No. But in case it shows up, at least now we've seen it. To be honest with you, I think we've covered about 90% of the current affairs questions that I think will show up, but I might be wrong. But this is just a hunch that I have. I think we've covered them, but you know, in case this shows up, now we've seen it. And like I always say, I'm not the Holy Grail. I don't know all the information. So please keep an eye out in the news for yourself and contribute to the group so that you can, you know, so everyone can actually gain from whatever knowledge that you have. Okay, we're moving on to Danish values. NIDS, man. Who is this NIDS? Wow. Wow! Slow and steady. Now at number 2. This was a combo breaker. 5 players just dropped their answer streak of 3. All right. Next one. Zelensky is married. Is that a question for real? Does anybody know what theme this is? What's the theme of this question? All right, children's rights / child protection of children. Anyways, majority of you got this right. Next one. Static top 5. This is a no-brainer. Who said yes? Okay, so the question asks, according to Danish law, can you have more than one wife at the same time? And the answer is no. Polygamy is not allowed in Denmark. The theme of this is contrast to religious tradition. So in Islam, you're allowed to have more than one wife at the same time. Okay, moving on to the next one. DI NIDS, Adi Claudio, Jensemann, and Duke. Sama is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay, we've got 3 questions to go. Okay, read the question slowly. Okay, this is also about children's rights. Read the question slowly, make sure you understand the question, and then you go ahead and answer, okay? Bear in mind that if you fail more than one Danish value question, you fail the whole test. So these last 5 questions are very important, okay? We're going to have a session focused on Danish values. I think maybe it's probably going to be the next session, but if not, then it's the one after that. 40 players reached an answer streak of 4.
Wow!
All right. Last 2 questions. Yes. So I've seen one question repeat. All right. So Denmark is a liberal country, so LGBTQ plus people have the same rights as everybody else. 14 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. On to the next one. SM is making a comeback with 3 in a row. All right, the last question. You know the answer to this. What's the theme here? Does anybody know? All right. Okay, so there was no explosion today, but enough of you got this right. Round of applause. Someone said the theme is heaven and hell. Podium time. Nids, Adi Claudio, and DI. Yanzaman and Duke at 4 and 5.
NearlyDanish.com